I mean, I was looking at some information just a couple of days ago from an organisation called Diversity Q, which is the analysis of the UK. And I think they were saying that in 2020, despite having 47% of the women of the UK workforce being women, only 10.5% are on the board. And also of that, 5.8% are BAME, Black, Asian, minority ethnicity, only 5.8% on the board. And there are no women within the BAME community in the UK. And yet, one of the things that we're seeing is that in the FTSE 100, for instance, some of the old firms are really struggling now to maintain share value because they have this old thinking. And perhaps I would suggest that with this old thinking is perhaps linked to the fact that, their boards are made up of non-diverse thinking. So it's the, dare I say, the white middle-aged men who are continuing with the same thinking, and it's not challenging, and it's not that startup mentality. And when we look at what we were talking earlier about this sort of 10 times morality, 10 times kindness, the way that these new generations, demographic groups are driving this new agenda. I know that there's some research recently done. I think her name is June L. Williams. She's a legal professor over in California University. She's been looking at conscious and unconscious bias for the last 10 years. And as far as women are concerned, there are two main areas of bias. One is women have to walk this tightrope between being capable but likable. That is not so prevalent for men. And of course, there's the classic words of things like assertive, that is seen as a very positive thing for male leaders, but is seen as a negative thing for female leaders. And then the other unconscious bias that comes in for women is what's called the maternal wall, where when you are a mother, that somehow people assume you can't be totally committed to your job because surely your focus must be on your children. So, after 10 years of research, we know that there are these biases involved. The millennials, the Generation Z, these people who are driving this agenda, we've had the Me Too movement, we've had Black Lives Matter, we've had the mental anxiety in the lockdown, and it's just shifted the discussion. And I think people are realizing that it needs a new approach. And one of the things that we always talk about is starting with an inclusive culture, that an inclusive culture means being able to bring your whole self to work, where you're valued and that you can express an opinion with the psychological security of knowing that what you say will be respected, that you will be able to express diverse views based on diverse experiences without fear of recrimination and discrimination. And this whole new approach that is being specifically, I think, demanded more from people through the lockdown who felt a little bit more disconnected with their company cultures. And this is driving this agenda. And I think that along with all of that, this recognition of diversity, both in gender as well as in the, by age, by culture, by ethnicity, etc. This idea that now women are at the table and have the right, as much of a right to express the opinion at the very senior level.